In this video we will look at simplifying, multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions. If you're revising, pause the video and have a go with examples 1 to 6. Okay, just to break down what simplification is. If you had to simplify 32 over 56, you could divide top and bottom by 8 to get 4/7. That's because 32 can be written as 8 fours and 56 is 8 sevens. So 8 is what's called a common factor. It's actually the highest common factor there. And we can divide the numerator and denominator by 8 as it's a common factor. So when we're simplifying, we're actually looking to divide top and bottom, or numerator and denominator, by a common factor. Something's only going to be a factor if it can be written as a multiplication. So if I just scroll down here, look at this one, number 3. The 12 and the 8 have common factors, but 12 isn't a common factor of the numerator because it's not 12 times something. 8 isn't a factor of the denominator because it's not 8 times something. They're just random numbers added together on the top and bottom. So they must be multiplications. Okay, number 1. We've got 15bc and we're dividing that by 20b squared. So I can divide the numerator and denominator by 5. It gives 3 and 4. Because 3 goes into 15 5 times and 4 goes into 20 5 times. b and b squared. B is common there. If I divide the top by b, we'll just get 1. If I divide the bottom by b, b squared divided by b would just be b. And then we've got a c. C is not on the denominator, so we just leave it as it is. Our numerator then, the whole thing can look untidy, so be very careful. But the numerator is 3 times 1 times c. 3 times 1 times c is 3c. The denominator is 4 times b, or 4b. And that's it. Number 2. Again, these are all terms that are multiplied together. There could be a multiplied sign in there, but there isn't. So it is a multiplication, top and bottom, so they are factors that we all see. They're all factors here. So we can divide through by 4. That's a common factor. Divide through by 4. We can divide by m squared. Would leave 1. M cubed divided by m squared would leave m. If you think about that, you'd have m times m. That's m squared. On the bottom, m times m times m. So m cancels out, you're left with just the m on the bottom. And there's an x on the top, there's nothing on the bottom, so it stays as it is. The numerator then is 4 times 1 times x, which is 4x. And the denominator is 5 times m, or 5m. You should see in both those examples that there is no common factor left in the numerator and denominator, so I know it's fully simplified. Number 3. Here, we haven't got it written as a multiplication, so there's no common factors yet. But we can get common factors if we factorize. So if we factorize the numerator, 4 is a common factor. 4 times 2x would give 8x. And 4 times 3 would give 12. On the denominator, 2 is a common factor. 2 times 5x would give 10x. And 2 times 4 would give 8. So now the factors are 4, 2x plus 3, 2, and 5x plus 4. Now these two aren't the same, so they won't cancel out, but I can cancel out these by dividing top and bottom by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 1, and 2 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. That leaves us with 2 of the numerator, and just 1 of the denominator, which we would leave as 5x plus 4. Don't even need brackets around the bottom one. That would get you full marks. You could leave it, if you expand it out, as 4x plus 6 over 5x plus 4. They're both the same. Number 4. We have 4x minus 2 and 10x minus 5. Again, we can't cancel anything out, even though we might see a 4 and a 10's got a factor of 2. Nothing like that works because they're not written as factors. So we need to get the numerator and factorize out the 2 is common there. 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. In the denominator, we've got 10x minus 5. 5's on your denominator, and then 5 times 2x would give 10x, and 5 times minus 1 would give minus 5. Here you'll see that if you look at the numbers, there's no common factor there, but 2x minus 1 is a factor of the numerator, and 2x minus 1 is a factor of the denominator. So we can cancel and divide the numerator and denominator by the 2x minus 1 to leave us with 2/5. Okay, number 5. Here, again, there's no factors because it's not in its factorized form. It's not multiplication, so we have to factorize the numerator and denominator. I'll go through factorizing quite quickly, but if that is a struggle, or if you're not following it, we go back and revise over factorizing. Okay, the numerator is a quadratic, so I know it's going to be x times x to give the x squared. So I should say I know that a quadratic is going to be a bracket multiplied by another bracket. I'm looking for two numbers, which times to give the end number, minus 6, and add to give the middle number, which is 1. So two numbers, which times to give minus 6 and add to give positive 1. The answer to that there would be positive 3 and negative 2. So that's the numerator. The denominator is also a quadratic, so it can be put in double brackets, but it is a square number, take away a square number, so it's the difference of two square numbers, the difference of two squares. If we square root the x squared, we get x, and if we square root the 9, we get 3, and then we put a plus and a minus in between. Now we've got the factor x plus 3 multiplied by the factor x minus 2, and on the denominator, x plus 3 is your factor, and x minus 3 is your factor. So we can divide through by any common factors, which are x plus 3. We're left with then x minus 2 over x minus 3. Number 6, we'll start with this one that's potentially tricky. If we factorize out the numerator and denominator, so we can cancel out factors, the numerator has a common factor of 3. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. If we factorize out the denominator, we get 5, and then we get 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times minus x is minus 5x. And it might look like we have got no common factors there, so that is it fully simplified. However, if we give this another go and leave the numerator as it is, so that would be 3x minus 2, we could pull out, instead of the factor 5, we could pull out the factor minus 5. In which case, maybe I just should say here, I'm just going to reorder this, minus 5x plus 10 on the denominator, and 3x minus 6. So if I reorder the x and the 10, numerator stays as it is, didn't change it. The denominator, I'm going to factorize out the minus 5. So minus 5 times x is minus 5x, and minus 5 times minus 2 would give positive 10. Minus 5 times minus 2 gives a positive 10. And if we factorize out the minus 5, you can actually see there's a common factor of x minus 2. And that gives us 3 over minus 5, or we should just say minus 3/5. So that's one to look out for. If you do that and they look quite similar, just think, can I do it another way? If I bring a negative sign out of this, you can still do that now. You could bring a negative sign out of this, it becomes minus, and then these change their signs, which looks identical to that one. So that works with anything. So if you had x minus 2, no, it's the same one, x minus 3, that's the same as minus 3 minus x. therefore if you had x minus 10, that's equivalent to minus 10 minus x. Okay.